Troubleshooting timeline. Please review the timestamps to skip to the desired section. Issues connecting to the interface. Here are some solutions to connect to the interface. Confirm the interface switch is in the up position. Test the Ethernet cable and confirm it can connect to programming. Verify IP range and subnet mask are correct. If unable to connect, try power cycling the laptop and controller. Next, we'll review how to change the Ethernet settings on your computer. To verify IP address, open the control panel, click on View Network Status and Tasks. A new window will appear. Select Change Adapter Settings. Right-click on Ethernet and select Properties. In the pop-up window, select IPv4. Click on Use the following IP address and enter the IP range and subnet mask. Don't forget to validate the settings upon exit. History Review. When troubleshooting the G-Fence, check the History tab to review alarms. A technical default alarm pinpoints the sensor the controller was unable to recognize. The first entry shows a technical default alarm on direction 1 sensor 4. An intrusion alarm pinpoints the sensor that was impacted. If you look at the second entry, there was an intrusion alarm on direction 1 sensor 2. How to resolve configuration failures. If configuration test fails, check history for alarm. Here, we are failing at sensor 4. First, verify the mode switch is in middle position for detection mode. Second, verify the dip switches are set according to the sensor pattern. If pattern starts with B, dip switches need to be in B position. Verify the 2 dip switches on your UT are in correct position. Check the wiring and try a pull test on lightning surge protector, UG, URUTs, and gate connectors. Meter the red and black wire at the end of the line. You should have at least 9 volts DC. Try switching to the direction that is not in use. If using direction 1, switch to direction 2. Check for crossed yellow and green wires at all junction points. Verify A to B pattern did not get reversed after any junction boxes. How to resolve technical default alarms. In this example, the first entry shows direction 1 sensor 4 is in trouble. Go to the perimeter and investigate the area around sensor 4. If a sensor is flashing red, this means there is a communication problem in this area. If the sensor flashing red is in a series of sensors, you will need to order a repair kit and replace 3 sensors. The sensor failing in this example is sensor 4. We would splice sensors 3, 4, and 5. When installing the repair kit, verify sensors are in correct pattern. If a sensor is flashing red and it's connected to a J-box, the issue could be either the sensor, J-box wiring, or gate connector. Open the J-boxes and verify the wires are positioned correctly. Try a pull test to confirm integrity. If wiring is okay, bypass the J-boxes. Remove detector cable from the terminals inside each J-box. Use an 18-4 cable to connect the detector cable to detector cable. This eliminates the gate connector from sequence. Run a config test. If you pass, the issue was the gate connector. If you are still failing at the same sensor with the gate connector bypassed, then you have isolated the issue to the sensor not communicating. In our example, we are failing at sensor 4. We need to replace sensors 3 and 4. If you run a test and no sensor is reported in the history, here is how to resolve. On Thursday, the event says End of Configuration, Direction 1. The G-Fence did not specify which sensor is failing. To resolve this, go to the beginning of the perimeter and locate the junction boxes on the fence line. We will use these junction boxes as checkpoints to test segments of the perimeter. Let's say our first J-box is after sensor 5. Open the J-box, remove the yellow and green wire from the terminal. Twist the yellow and green wire together. This will simulate the end of line. We are only testing the first 5 sensors. If configuration passes for sensors 1 to 5, then move to the next J-box and continue testing. Before running another configuration test, enter detection mode first. If you fail configuration for sensors 1 to 5, then the issue exists in this area. Check history for technical default events. How to resolve intrusion alarms. On Friday at 8:49 a.m., there was an intrusion alarm on Zone 1, Direction 1, Sensor 2. Go to the perimeter and investigate the area around Sensor 2. Here is a list potential hazards. Unsecured signs vibrating against the fence. Vegetation or trees creating impacts on the fence line. Chains or padlocks causing impacts on fencing. Chain link fence not secured to supporting poles. Unsecured gates with excessive movement. Housekeeping. Material leaning into fencing. Housekeeping. Inventory on the fence line. How to test the relays. Confirm relays change state by metering the zone in use. We are using zones 1, 2, 3, and technical default. Create an alarm and confirm the zone's change states in the intruder alarm box. Triggered zone will go red. If a zone relay does not change states, try switching to another zone. If the technical default relay does not change states, the board needs to be replaced. While in configuration mode, all relays will be open. To close relays, go back into detection mode. For further assistance with the G-Fence, please contact tech support.